We are live.
Hi, we're live.
Where are we?
We're live.
Todd.
Vaughn Warren is live. We are here at the old Federal Studios in Kamloops with
A bunch of old people.
Mr. Vaughn Warren.
Surrounded.
The bunch. What's the bunch of old people you're referring to, Kelsey? Is it just the
You
two of
two.
us? Thank you.
And me.
Before beauty.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm terrible. I'm still working for a living. It's a nightmare. Tom.
That is not ideal at all. No, I
Artists
I
don't
feel that.
work. What do
Oh,
you
yeah,
say?
artists don't work. This place did itself. It just painted itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. We just cappuccino all day and basically make Facebook posts.
Perfect.
We
Nothing
don't
better
actually-
than that.
We don't really create anything anymore. It's all just AI. It just comes out of the sky.
So you're an artist, and you've been an artist for 30 years, you said?
Probably longer than that. I think I was actually 6.5 when I was first called an artist.
Very cool.
You know,
What was your...
that's 48 years.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But
And
as a working professional artist, it's getting up 30 years.
what's your medium?
Basically, I'm known as a sculptor of wood and mammoth ivory. Although I do graphic design, I've painted a lot of murals, I've done quite a bit of multimedia type of sculpture and whatnot. I am known fairly well for a pole carving that's up in front of Superstore on the corner of Summit.
That's yours?
Yeah, you betcha. That's the river pole. I carved that in 2000 as a
Oh.
volunteer gig, just for fun. I freehanded that with a chainsaw. There's
No.
no drawing, no nothing. I just got up there. When I was that age, I didn't realize that was impossible. So I did that, and it was great.
It's always easier to do impossible things when you don't know it's
I
impossible.
didn't know. But that was a cool gig that just developed, and we, there was a conjunction of organizations that actually bought it for $30,000, and the money went to a charity, and they went to Peru and saved a bunch of kids' lives, and it was cute. So that was cool.
Saving lives is cute,
Yeah,
yes.
So just completed a rather large wood carving for Skeecheson Indian Band out at by Dead Man Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's at their new health center. Well, it's not new now; it's 5 years old. But it's a rather, it's 15-foot high pole carving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was actually the theme was the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's
Right.
Commission, and it was a piece called "Let Their Spirit Soar," which is there now. So yeah, there's that, and
Very meaningful. It's nice that you... That's great.
Yeah, I've done a lot of arts and programming in Kamloops. Yeah.
What's your most favorite art medium to do? Or is it...
Mammoth ivory carving.
Cool. Where the heck do you get mammoth?
I love carving mammoth ivory. It's just
Is
all
that-
I want to do.
Is it hard to source that? Like,
No, it's easier than ever.
What?
With global warming, all the little snowbanks are melting,
my
and they're everywhere. When I started carving mammoth ivory about over 25 years ago, the material was 80 to 150 a pound. Now it's 50 a pound.
What?
What is it about mammoth ivory that you enjoy or appreciate or that draws you to it?
I like it for several reasons. One would be that it's 5,000 to 10,000 years old.
Yeah.
Right. It's a very, very old thing. It's not a fossil, but it is a very old object that's cool karmatically to use. Like, obviously, we would never touch elephant ivory, right? But mammoth ivory, it's just like a log in the ground that you can use, and it's beautiful. When it's all finished up, there's one of my pieces on the wall there in the exhibition, and we maybe zoom into that soon and take a look at how, you can buff the stuff up. It's super beautiful. It's ancient, the first tools and weapons and adornment and jewelry that humans made was made of mammoth ivory. So it's a wonderful material, full of character and life. There's so much grain in it and color and variation between different pieces of mammoth ivory. It's not all just white or light brown or whatever. Every single piece, to me anyway, is different. And it's just a fascinating material. Plus, I'm carving it and I'm thinking about these giant woolly elephants stumble around in snow drifts in like Alaska 10,000 years ago with the material in my hand on their face.
Yeah.
Like, and the things like,
And they were probably just looking for something to eat.
totally, and the thing's fighting saber-toothed tigers and protecting its little mini mammoths and stuff, and then eventually it comes to the end and sheds its mortal coil, and this thing melts into the ground and it lies there for 10,000 years, and then some guy finds it, and it makes its way back to Kamloops, BC, and gets chopped up into little bits until it's finally on my desk, and I carve it, and it goes on some beautiful woman's, neck, and it's just, to me, it's an amazing progression. Yeah, and it's not just...
You don't get that from like a piece of canvas.
No, and there's also, obviously there's antler, there's tusks, there's all sorts of cool organic materials, but they don't have that age to it, and also it just really works for me. I love it. I really honestly do. I love the stuff. Yeah, and that's not just from breathing the dust either.
So let's talk about the current show for a second. Yes. It's called the SOCIALOCAL.
That's right. It's called SOCIALOCAL. That's a word that I just came up with. I mushed them together because I wanted to create a platform to connect artists and creative people. And it was going to be about locals.
Yeah.
So that's that. And I reached out to 25 local artists that I personally know, and 23 of them were able to say yes and humor us here at Old Federal and submit a nice piece. And that's what we see here. It's actually 26 pieces, and most are for sale. And we're just really delighted that we've been able to use these particular rooms within the historic Old Federal building. The room we're in right now was the Kamloops main post office for 40 years. Mm-hmm. You can imagine the mail that came through this room. It's just incredible. The train used to pull up right out front, the front door. The train went down the middle of Victoria Street a long time ago, and they'd throw the mailbags right on the front step, and it's an incredibly historic building. And it's a beautiful part of the Old Federal Studios project, which is it's all about being an artist collective. We have artists that live here, we have artists that work out of the building, we have shared workspace, we have the gallery, the kitchen, the wood shop, the sculpture studio downstairs, and accommodations for artists, and we're slowly renovating it. The building owner humors us and thinks it's a good project, a good use for the building, and it's a good thing.
So where did this idea come from to sort of build a gallery and as a working gallery, or how would you just, like the way you described it there, like?
It was, I would have to take credit for that, I suppose. Really what it is the galleries itself is an extension of the concept of it being an artist collective. Right. We want artists to have affordable housing and workspace, and it's not a lot, it's only room for six suites kind of thing. Yeah. But part of that is I'm like, well, what amenities would an artist type of person like to live in? We want to live in a gallery. We want to have a little store. We want to have a little print shop, which we have. We want a wood shop where you can run a table saw in the middle of the night and make dust or whatever. And that's kind of some of these things. You just can't do these things in your apartment up in Sahali. No, you can't, man. Yeah, and people who want to create, they don't have space like this. Mm-hmm. When I cut my teeth in the arts, I was living in Vancouver for about 7 years. I think I lived in Vancouver in the 90s. And we had access to all sorts of big, old, weird buildings like this that were affordable, right? Yeah. Now you don't. Yeah. And artists have there's very few of these facilities. And people are like, why isn't the arts developing? Why is the visual arts scene kind of lame? Well, I'm telling you, there's certain components that you have to have a healthy visual arts scene in any community, and you want about 5 of these in a place the size of Kamloops, to be honest, would be really nice. But there's other places in Kamloops that are doing their thing and trying to do it. But we thought if we could keep the lights on here and make something that was complementary to artistic people and the accommodations and whatnot, a gallery like this would be great. I think part of my motivation and inspiration for this is in, I've obviously in a long time of working in the arts, I've learned all about famous artists and read up about them. They fascinate me, and I find that most famous artists and successful artists have worked in a collective or in a salon or in a group where they're all feeding off each other's energy, they are inspiring each other, they are challenging each other, they are, if I'm working with, closely with artists of the likes of, Bill Freimeyer and David Langevin and Yvonne Reddick and Tim Francis and, Nicole Pettigrew, I'm just looking at her painting there. These are artists that create some extremely sophisticated work. And if I'm working with them and I'm going to show them my work, as I'm working on my work, I'm like, man, they're going to see this and it's got to be good.
Yeah.
And it brings your art to a new level.
Yeah.
So that's part of the motivation.
Just for yourself, to motivate yourself.
Yeah, it's all about me. At the end of the day, you caught me, Todd. I mean, it's about everybody.
Yeah,
It is.
totally.
And everybody needs to work together to create opportunities for artists that inspire and fascinate people, right? And myself as a professional artist, running this gallery, I put thousands and thousands of volunteer hours into this building, okay, that don't pay a cent.
Yeah.
They don't. They ever have. They never will. But, you want to have an artistic life or not? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. So this is like, you're doing it. And, I can go to bed at night and say, well, it's modest, but I'm doing something.
You're doing something for yourself, but you're also doing something.
You might want to pick up your microphone again, Kelsey.
You're doing something for yourself, but you're also doing a lot for artists, and it's amazing.
And that is the most clever life that one can lead, is where the rising tide raises all boats, and you find a way to live that. For me, creativity is a very important aspect of life, and you find a way to do that without crushing other people or running over them, or having to. You can do it in a really fair and equitable way. And I think having a gallery like this is like that. We have gotten so much great feedback from the artists that are involved, and just looking around and going, you know what, Vaughn, this looks great. And it's really the opening there last Saturday night. We had over 140 people here.
Oh, wow.
It was a big success. Part of it was, we had very good, we had some good promotion. And plus, when you get 23 artists together, they all have 5 or 8 friends that they bring. So it's kind of a bit of a strategy that, brings people in as well. But, running cool things like in the Kamloops Chronicle, we ran a clever crossword puzzle that happened to publish on the day the show opened.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? I said, the gods are with us. I couldn't believe it.
Do we want to maybe take a little bit of a tour of some of the things you got here? Do you want to maybe start with the piece right behind us?
Yes, I tell you, I love this piece. This is by Laura Zarabeski. It is called Kamloops, The Meeting of the Waters, if I remember correctly. And it is not for sale. I think she went and stole it off of her father's wall or something like that. Her family.
So her father wants it back.
I think there's something like that. Yes.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating painting.
It's gorgeous. I can look at it all day. I was thrilled to hang it right there, because when you walk into the gallery, it's just,
All right,
Okay,
where to
next? Let's go, because there's so much to see.
Let's start with this beauty here. Yeah, so this is a wonderful resin, wood, and glass piece by Yvette Lehman, who is a well-known local artist and yoga instructor. She's at Kamloops Hot Yoga, and she teaches yoga, and she's a very dynamic and sophisticated person. And she does these fantasy agates that are a real trip. Yeah. And I was really delighted she had such a wonderful piece available to put in the show.
Is that glass?
There's glass, there's wood, there's resin, there's a lot of tricks going on. I see her make these because we share a bit of a studio, and I see the way she makes them, and it's layer by layer by layer by layer. there. It's
Full of depth.
yeah. It's
Resin and
resin,
epoxy,
glass. Yeah, it's a 2-part resin and glass, and then a wood base. And she actually casts a lot of these crystals. She casts them in molds, and she has a pressure vessel that she
No.
puts
really?
them in, and she makes them.
No way.
It's cray. It is. It's quite amazing.
Wow. Literally from scratch.
Yeah, and if people like her work too, they can go to Hebrew's Coffee at the corner of 2nd and Victoria, and she has 2 beautiful
Thought I remembered. Yeah.
big pieces like this on the wall in there, and they're fabulous.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I remember.
Yeah. So up here, we got a little bit of I don't know if you can shoot this up there. Yeah, so this is a wonderful piece by Kelly Wright. It's called Birds the Word, and it's about the ostrich controversy out in, is it Enderby?
Yeah.
Where the ostriches are being, threatened.
call them,
They
yeah.
they want to call them because the ostriches, one was sick or something, and they're fighting it tooth and nail. So Kelly did this piece, and he's made prints that are available in our little store there, and the proceeds go towards.
He looks very unimpressed to me, that ostrich.
Yeah, he's kind of pissed. He's
Yeah.
like, and you know what, guys, we
Like, call this.
yeah. We reproduced this in a 8-foot by 8-foot banner that you can see on the outside of the building.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll check it out later. But we Picket Fence Graphics was good enough to help us to print these large art banners that we like to put on the outside of the building to decorate the neighborhood a little more. So next up, we have a nice piece by Roxy Hermson.
Yeah.
Roxy's a very dynamic person
Yes.
who's hard at work in the arts in Kamloops.
It's very, very vibrant stuff.
Yeah, she does. She loves color.
Yeah.
More is more with her.
Up here, we have a wonderful new piece by Tim Francis, a well-known local artist. He's done so many beautiful works. You can see a lot of his work at Art We Are. I think that Tim's doing really well, and we're super pleased to have him in the show. He's a hell of a nice guy. And then here we have another well-known, yeah, that is a large 4-foot by 4-foot acrylic canvas by Tilly Perry, or many know her as Kelly Perry, and she's a wonderful local artist, a great volunteer, and she's a very busy artist these days. She's been doing all sorts of great stuff with the Arts Council and the old courthouse and whatnot, and she's a lovely person. Glad to have her in the show for sure. Over here, now this is an interesting cat. This is Steve Meny, who is, he's been doing arts in the region here. He's well known. He's been doing it for 40 years or something. And he's known for these extremely intricate paintings. This is acrylic on panel. And Steve Meny is known for his sophisticated printmaking as well. He does like 20 color prints and this kind of really amazing print process that he does. He was recently featured in the Kelowna International Airport. He had huge display on the big walls down the Kelowna Airport. And he's been at it forever. Everyone knows Steve Meny that has been around the arts in Kamloops for a long time. Next up, right here, this is one of the best known artists in Kamloops. Probably is David Langevin, and he's known across the country as one of a kind of painter. He's well known for his trees. Everybody loves his trees and his waterfalls and his water. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm loving the way the light is hitting the tree.
Yeah. You know what's cool about David's work too is when you see him do one of these, he starts by painting like bright pink. His first color he paints everything is like bright pink.
Because he's mixing in his mind already.
And then he layers it up, and of course, how do you achieve these luminescent sort of colors that have so much depth? Well, it's this overpainting that he's learned over the years to do. So we might as well go on to this one here while we're pointing this way. So this is by In Sun Kang. This is Valley of the Nomads. And Insun lives in Sun Rivers, apparently. And these are the goats that come to
really?
her
Okay.
back fence, basically.
Nice.
She painted this over her back fence kind of thing. So, yeah, Insun's a wonderful painter.
I mean,
She's
when
got
inspiration shows up on your doorstep, you got to
yeah,
answer.
you bet. Well, Insun's all over downtown Kamloops and around her. You know, if you check her out online, you can see that she paints everyday scenes from life all over the place, and wonderful, sensitive sort of touch with oils on canvas.
Yeah.
She's also the coordinator with the Community Arts Council of Kamloops.
Okay.
So she's often at the front desk over at the old courthouse, and
right.
she's very, very involved as a staff member with the Arts Council.
There we go.
So this is a gorgeous piece by Nicole Pettigrew. She's a wonderful printmaker and ink stylist, and she can draw, and just a wonderful artist and true alumni. And her and her husband are in this show, actually.
Really?
Donovan Pettigrew is in as well. But this is a nice mixed media ink painting. I believe that it's the main hospital at Tronquil.
I was going to say, let's
Oh,
put
okay.
It
Yeah,
is,
that
it
makes
is.
I
sense.
love how creepy.
Yeah, so you already got a shot of Nathan Scott's super dog down here. This is the
That's an
old
extraordinary
dog.
piece.
It is. It is a great, extraordinary piece, and a great security device too. You could leave it out on your front porch, and people would, with nefarious intentions would go, oh, dog.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you keep the porch just lit well enough to make a silhouette of it. Kind of a thing.
Yeah, totally. Cool. So next up, we've got this wonderful piece here by Bill Freimeyer. So this is Penny Queen, and
Is this made with pennies?
it is. It's
That's
all
amazing.
different tones of pennies.
Oh wow.
Many are on there, or?
There's 401. Did he say?
don't know.
I think he said 401, or I can't remember. He said today.
So it's roughly 10 cents per penny, I think.
Oh, well, security. Apparently, so this was a wonderful piece that he was working on where he was making one side was the Queen and the other side was Lincoln. So he's doing an American penny. And on this side, somewhere, there's an American penny.
Oh.
And on the other side,
And if you can find
somewhere,
it,
there's a
it's
Canadian
yours,
penny.
right? You own it?
But
No?
yeah, so that's kind of the trick with that. But it's a beautiful piece, and Bill Freimeyer, he is well known for his tessellation and sort of pixelated art. He did the Lansdowne Parkade, the Parkade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Twinkly Parkade.
Yeah.
So what are those?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Next
that's sort of the West Gallery.
The West Gallery, okay.
The West Gallery. Not to be pretentious, but we have West Gallery and we have an East Gallery.
East Gallery.
So this is the East Gallery. You might as well start.
I love this.
Well, this is crazy because Donovan Pettigrew is an amazing. Zoom right in, and you got to get that drawing because the guy is drawing. So this is a work
Bonkers
in
little robot
progress.
people. I love it so much.
Yeah, I know. It's so cool.
This guy's a chef.
Yeah, Donovan's so cool. This is so Donovan. So Donovan's a goldsmith. He has a cool little shop down on 2nd by the comic shop, beside the comic shop and stuff. It's a tiny little goldsmith shop, but he's also a gemologist, and he does appraises gems, and he's a gemologist, which is a fascinating thing to be. He's also an amazing artist. This is a work in progress by Donovan Pettigrew. And he agreed to be in the show and said, I don't know if I'll have time to finish this. And I'm looking at this like he still has 9,000 hours to go, kind of thing. And
I'm thinking like this could be a piece like as it stands right now. It's stunning.
I mean, it is hanging.
Wallpaper.
It is hanging in an art show,
Yeah.
so I guess it is. But Donovan's not afraid to put the time in on stuff. He's
No, for
an
sure.
amazing artist. Yeah.
What are
So.
we looking at now?
E. Vaughn Reddick, one of the friendliest and most amazing people on Victoria Street. She has a beautiful little gallery, or studio, I should say, down on Victoria Street. This is a piece called Into the Deep.
I really like the color on this.
Yeah, it's
And
a nice piece.
Like the oranges and sort of the whites on the side. It almost feels like where you get the light bleed on like a film camera or something like that. It's interesting. I like it.
This is a piece by Sarah Hope.
He did not be straight.
Yes,
Totally.
Yes, it is. This is a place for the pollinators, and Sarah has done some wonderful work with all sorts of multimedia, and this is acrylic. And just she's a very, very creative person. This is a funky old carve in Cuba by John Schnurrenberger, the famous John Schnurrenberger, who's well known for his Western art mostly.
Okay.
He's done cowboys and horses and just amazing, amazing oil paintings in Kamloops for a long time. And we were thrilled to have him in the show. This is from his trip to Cuba, where he did a ton of painting in Cuba. Over here, we'll just have to sort of speed her up a bit here to get her done. We have Karen Clark in the corner. Is the pottery there? That's all right. Oh, Karen Clark's work there. Beautiful raku pot. And Karen has been potting for quite some time in Kamloops, and she's well known for her raku and for working with different arts organizations like the Kamloops Makerspace and the Thompson Valley Potters Guild, and I think she's part of the Arts and Crafts Club, and so she's pretty well known around there.
It's an arts and crafts.
This heron is by Vaughn Warren, who is amazing. This is encaustic wax on paper, and it's beautiful. That's wax.
How does that work?
Wow.
She just uses hot wax. She's got the tools, and she's done all sorts of work with encaustic. She's taught encaustic for years. Then we have the lovely and amazing Elaine Meyerhofer. It's called Redhead, and it's a beautiful acrylic on canvas. I was going to say oil there for a sec, but Elaine does wonderful, thoughtful compositions.
Yeah.
I just love her compositions, and I've never seen more than one of her works at a time. I think they sell pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't. You got to get them while they're hot because people snap them up.
This next one I'm a big fan of.
Oh, right on. You bet. So this
really
is Jasper
like that.
Ellis, who we had a show for 4 months here last year of Jasper's work. Yeah, I think we had 20 of his pieces, something like that. Jasper is a really, really talented gentleman. He is worked all over Kamloops doing sort of the more urban kind of skateboardy train culture kind of stuff. He's very, very talented. So this is an old school Kamloops artist who many people know of, Vaughn Butland. So we have two Vaughns in this show. That's amazing. Yeah. So Vaughn's an amazing watercolor artist. Yeah. Just last but not least, let's run in here. Come on in here.
Gift shop.
This is our gift shop. So when I was doing this project, I was inspired by the documentary called Exit Through the Gift Shop about Banksy. So I thought, if we're going to make a gallery, I want to make one that has a gift shop.
That you can't exit through.
No. We
could, I guess, if you just dove through the window.
We couldn't quite pull that off.
Yeah.
But no, we got wonderful garments by Yvette Lehman. We've got we did the T-shirt. Todd.
Well, aren't you? What are you wearing underneath there?
That's right. So for everybody that saw the crossword in the Kamloops Chronicle, we had the crossword.
And there's the answer key,
Here's
guys.
the answers. Yes.
That reminds me, we are going to have to print the answers in the next issue. Probably.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And apparently I have the
You have the answers, so.
Yeah, so we're quite happy with that. There was lots of these shirts sold, and everyone grabbed one. It's got all the names of the artists on it, so it's a really wonderful keepsake.
Very neat, yeah.
So we're pretty stoked about that. So we got other swag by wonderful stuff by Yvette. Again, she makes these candles, and she makes all kinds of
doesn't she do?
I know. Yvette's a really amazing person. We got some nice paintings, original paintings by Vaughn Warren. And then you noticed outside on the side of our building is a 24-foot by 12-foot banner of Jasper, one of Jasper's paintings. So we made the little tiny commemorative little banners, which we thought were cute.
Yeah.
Art cards by Jasper and by Roxy and by Yvonne Reddick. And then here's some more of my bone carvings.
Oh my gosh.
So here we have, this is the entrance to the gallery, but we have Clement Ye's piece here. So this is a piece called Restaurant. I couldn't remember whether it was Restaurant or Delicatessen because he's got two pieces here. And yeah, wonderful wooden sculpture. This is a sign, I think, from Toronto streetscape that he scooped up and got the outline and sort of made his own rendition of that.
So that we can wrap it up here, I guess.
Right
We've
on.
seen the gallery. We've toured
Thank
everything.
you. That was a tour du force.
That was. Thank you.
Hello to anybody?
Thank you. Yeah. Anybody wanna
Yes,
say
I'd
hello
like to say hello to my mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom. How you doing? I'd like to say hello to everybody watching and to tell them to come down and see the show and hang out. You know, we've got the beautiful boardroom table that we encourage people to come and hang out and check it out.
Look at that.
You know, I'd like to thank you guys for your time
thank you.
and
Thanks for
coming,
having us.
and
Yeah.
for coming down here
pleasure.
and doing this. And I really appreciate documenting this stuff and getting it flung out there on the record for, you know, the random people that would like to see it. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, totally.
And the artists in the show appreciate it as well. And thank you to TELUS STORYHIVE
Yeah.
for being in the background.
We love you, Telus.
We love you, TELUS.
Tell us everything.
Ha ha.
Oh, you're on to that one?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You want to say goodbye to your grandma?
Bye, Grandma. Grandma 1 and Grandma 2. I have 2.
You still have 2 grandmas? You are lucky.
I know.
Bye, Kelsey grandmas.
I have 0 grandmas.
Sorry, Grandma.
I'm sorry.
But you could, I mean,
Tin Pan Granny?
All right.
okay.
Bye, Kamloops.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.